Jay, this new law means that permanent alimony has come to an end in Florida. One thing supporters and opponents disagree with regarding this new law is whether it applies to existing alimony agreements. Governor Ron DeSantis signed this bill last night, and the new law took effect today. Supporters say that this bill limits how long an ex-spouse would be required to make alimony payments, but supporters also say this would not apply to current agreements. However, opponents say courts could decide this new law could apply to existing alimony agreements, which puts some ex-spouses in a situation where they're unable to support themselves because they were depending on those payments.
Hello, family, and welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, we want to talk about a bill that was passed by Ron DeSantis and the Florida Congress that is affecting alimony. So for the longest time, many of the marriage laws as well as the child support laws have been it's been forced mostly onto men. They were initially a way of protecting the woman, and they've become a bit of a weapon has been used against many in cases of marriage and of divorce. So this particular case and this particular opportunity cuts the alimony payment from a permanent payment for the most part in the state of Florida down to a permanent a payment based upon timeline. I'm going to go ahead and play a video here. We can come back and discuss that, and we can go from there.
Through a divorce, listen up, a new bill signed by Governor DeSantis creating big changes to alimony starting July 1st. It essentially eliminates permanent alimony in the state of Florida, and it allows ex-spouses to more easily make changes to the alimony once they reach retirement. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's break it all down. Judges can now reduce or terminate alimony support or maintenance payments after considering factors like the age and health of the person making the payments, the retirement age of that person's occupation, the economic impact a reduced alimony would have on the recipient of the payments, and the motivation for retirement and likelihood of returning to work for the person making those payments. Now, this bill will also set a 5-year limit on what is known as rehabilitative alimony, which is intended to provide financial support to a spouse until they are financially self-sufficient. And under the new law, couples married for less than 3 years will not be eligible for alimony payments. And now you have to be married 20 years or longer in order to be eligible to receive payments for up to 75% of the term of the marriage.
The new bill that was just signed into law on July the 1st, 2023, will not apply retroactively to the cases that the parties already entered into a settlement agreement or there's already been a judicial determination. My understanding is that it will, in fact, apply to cases that have already been filed, but they're still in progress, and there's not been a final order entered or a settlement agreement, as well as any new cases that will be filed in the future.
The law is being met with mixed reactions. Some groups like Florida Family Fairness, they're applauding this, saying that it does make things more fair, while other groups like the First Wife Advocacy Group, they are saying that this could be devastating to older women that depend on this money.
All right, perfect. So that's a lot to unpack there. So again, this bill is going to end long-term alimony. So again, people were getting married, and once they got divorced, they were basically getting paid for the rest of their life. This eliminates alimony for the most part if you've been married for under 3 years. So, like the idea kind of behind this is you don't want people getting married with the idea that all I have to do is get married, and then after 3 years, I can divorce the person and they will pay me for the rest of my life. You're looking for reasons to help to keep people together and not incentivize people to be on their own or to not have serious reasons of joining relationships. There are different rules around it. So in insurance, you can't just jump into an insurance agreement just for the fact that you want to get cheaper insurance. You have to have an actual cause of that particular issue. So again, I'm just looking for a means of protecting gentlemen who are getting into marriage as a means of also protecting the family, helping to keep things a bit clearer. There's been a lot of issue and a lot of talk around just the financial system here in the country. Many of the rules in terms of child support or alimony are generally negatively affect the men. But we'll see exactly how this plays out. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of back and forth overall on this. There was some talk on whether or not this is retroactive for cases that were already submitted, or if it's only for new cases that will be included in that particular process. What are your thoughts on this? Please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day.